even when fear, protection, or stability are offered as justification. Scripture consistently refuses to allow deception to become morally acceptable, and Jesus' teaching intensifies this standard. Matthew 5:37 says, "Let what you say be simply yes or no. Anything more than this comes from evil." That is a radical statement in its simplicity. It removes the category of strategic falsehood from moral neutrality. Even when deception is framed as protective, necessary, or stabilizing, Scripture does not redefine it. Ephesians 4:25 concludes the ethic clearly. "Therefore, having put away falsehood, let each of you speak the truth, not selectively, not conditionally, not depending on perceived outcomes, but as a reflection of belonging to God." And so, the final reflection for that version of Topic 12's 11 and 10, the weight of truth in a world of pressure. When all of these scenarios are placed together, fear of misunderstanding, fear of technological implications, fear of instability, fear of international tension. The Bible does not deny that such pressures exist, but it consistently draws one boundary that cannot be crossed. Truth is never to be replaced by deception. Not for protection, not for control, not for stability, not for fear of consequences, not for perceived greater outcomes. Because truth is not merely a tool within Scripture's moral system, truth is tied to the very nature of God, and anything that distorts truth, even with good intentions, begins to move away from that nature. That is why Scripture repeatedly returns to the same foundation across generations. God sees what is hidden, God judges what is concealed, and God calls His people not to imitate concealment but to reflect truth, even when it is costly. In the teaching of Jesus, truth is not treated as optional virtue among others. It is treated as the atmosphere of His kingdom, and within that kingdom, even difficult truth is always closer to God's heart than a comfortable lie.